Hi, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Power of Knowing Forum's Knowledge Nexus Talks, where ideas converge. LinkedIn Live Session 111. Today we are having a discussion on the topic of weekly wins, how consistency secures B2B client appointments. We have the honor of having Mr. Chirag Kapadia, Director of Tech Pro Consulting Private Limited, Business Consulting and Advisory Services. Without further ado, let's bring our speaker onto the dais. Hi, Mr. Chirag. Welcome. Good evening. Welcome to our show, sir.
Good evening.
Let's dive into the topic. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, yeah. How are you? I was just
Good,
asking.
sir. How are
Yeah,
you?
yeah, man.
Yeah. Sir, let's dive into the topic of
Yeah,
the weekly wins, how to consistently secure B2B clients. So,
right.
what inspired you to start your journey in B2B sales and how has your approach evolved over the years?
Okay. See, actually, basically, having more than 20 years of experience into IT, actually, IT consulting field. Right? And
Mhm.
after working with different companies and working in different technologies, and I decided dare uh, to, I dared to start my own venture just before 6 years back. Right. So when you are doing some startup or when you are from technopreneur to you, when you are like you're a technical professional to technopreneur, you have to have business running, right? And to get business, you need to understand B2C, what is B2B, what is B2C, and what are the difference between the journey of sales cycles and all. That's what I understood. So basically, I started this journey because I saw a gap that how
Mm.
business connected with potential clients, because that's a major gap. Many companies had great products, great services, but struggle to get meetings with right decision makers. And that is the
Yes.
reason that their growth or the business cannot be cannot scaled uh, uh, in a stipulated time period. Right. So this is the gap which I found that through some lead generation activities and through proper structured approach we can fill this gap. So that was the first thing in my mind, where I found a gap between the potential clients and the business connectivity, and how to bring those clients on board, right? Second,
Mm.
initially, see, I focused on traditional cold calling and email blast, like any entrepreneur is doing, any business is doing. So
Mm.
those things are not working as it should in recent time, because you must agree with me that there are many mails flowing here and there. There are many messages and there are cold callings. Even IVR calling is there nowadays, so anyone can reach or anyone can call you. And spam calls, spam mails, people don't you know entertain that. So those things are not working as for B2B sales particularly, right? So over the time, I have evolved to use more personalized and data-driven approaches, because that's where B2B sales is powerful. And by understanding unique needs and pain points of each, we can say, potential client, I have been able to create more meaningful connections and secure more appointments, because unless until you get customer on table, unless until you get customer on call, you cannot win them, right? To win the deal, to win the customer, first you need to bring them on table or bring them on call. So this is what I understood, and I analyzed the complete data-driven approaches and more personalized in different platforms, whether it's offline or online. But that has worked, and that's how my journey started. Hope you got the answer. What
Yeah,
I'm
yeah. What you said is right. I think most of the times that these emails have become a spamming kind of a thing nowadays, and yeah, that has lost value to a larger extent is what I also understand. So, and it becomes junk mail for us more, and there are no value that is it's creating with mails. And cold calls nowadays, people are on mobiles. How many calls are getting on banking itself is a big pain pointer now, because everybody is having every service and everybody wants. If you get one call, the next call is again a bank, and it's simultaneously goes with it becomes a spam rather than getting new customers. That's what I understand. What is your view on this?
Yeah, definitely. That's what. So, and nowadays, those all techniques are not working effectively, and that's the reason we have to keep changing, and we have to use even AI and even more sophisticated platforms to convert B2B customers.
Sir, what, can you share a breakthrough moment that significantly impacted ability to secure a client appointment consistently?
Okay, breakthrough
With
moment.
this pointers that we were talking about, where we are saying emails and other stuff, what could be that kind of a breakthrough that you can suggest or let us know how you can get consistently clients?
Okay. See, breakthrough moment means like earlier, as I told that earlier we were using traditional techniques to
Hmm. Hmm.
reach out to clients, right? And during this journey, my breakthrough moments was like uh, when I started using B2B portals, when I started using LinkedIn kind of portals where we can directly connect to the decision makers. So that was the breakthrough moment where we started getting started using tools that to larger platforms for B2B customers. So we have also used Sales Navigator for our strategy. So Sales Navigator was also a fantastic tool provided by LinkedIn, and that's what another tool we were using as a part of B2B. See, by using this tool, I can say that we could research potential clients truly before reaching out. Means like normally what happening, like if you must aware that business intelligence, right, market intelligence. So what happened, when in traditional method, when you get in client meetings, before that sales guy or marketing guy, what they are doing before reaching to the client, they understand and analyze each and every aspect of the client life, client journey, their companies, and their professional details, right? And what actually they are doing as of now, what are their likings, what are their their objectives, what are their priorities in life, and priorities in corporate wherever they are, right? So those all details they are gathering first, and based on that, when they are meeting to a customer, they were doing, before when they're meeting to a customer, they use those data points and then define the strategy. Similarly,
Hmm.
when you are doing the same thing online, how you can do it? Because online nowadays, when we are targeting global customers, we cannot meet them even after getting
Yeah.
projects, right?
Yeah.
Right. So for that, we have to use online data points. That was the major breakthrough where we were using LinkedIn kind of tools and certificate kind of tools and other tools of B2B portals, which gives us complete research before reaching out to the customer. And that has allowed us to craft personalized messages that resonated with them.
Okay.
We don't send spam messages, we don't send mass mailing or mass messaging. We are sending them personalized messages that has we brought through those kind of activities. I still remember that reaching out to a large corporation where I referenced of my recent article. Actually, I seen article of CEO, and he has written very good article, and then I have also written an article and published on LinkedIn. So he has contacted me, and I have given a reference of the article which he has written, and
Hmm.
that has that was the point where our personalized touch started, right?
Okay.
And that has not only got me an appointment but also opened the doors to multiple business opportunities within that company. So
Okay.
that's like we cannot do direct selling, we cannot do
Hmm.
direct, like we cannot in first call or first meeting we cannot go that what we are exactly into and what are our services and blah 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 and just started selling, right? Because we are not a salesman. We are like director. I'm like for me, I'm a director of the company, and the next person with whom I am talking to, he's also a at top level decision maker. So I
Hmm.
directly pitched him, right?
Okay.
So that's the reason I have to use this kind of tactics and this kind of strategy, and that was the breakthrough moment. And then we started doing the same practices till date.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we are saying most of the things that we have to do are looking at personalizing messages, which can open up an interest, saying that it is reference to an individual or an organization who looks at and they come up. This mass mailing or mass calling thing stuff will not work, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Taking a next cue on that, what are the key elements that makes B2B pitch compelling and irresistible to potential clients?
Means during the first meeting you are talking about.
Yeah,
Okay. First call or first meeting, right?
yes, first call.
Okay, first call of yeah. See, B2B pitch, like you must heard the name, heard the words of elevator speech, right? So elevator
Hmm.
speech is what like till the time you come at from ground floor to top floor, within the 2 minutes or 3 minutes or 5 minutes max, you
Hmm.
have to explain what your service is all about and what exactly you want to sell.
Yeah. There's a
Similar,
saying you are talking about the elevator pitch where you have 30 seconds or 1 minute. Okay,
right,
got
but
it.
here the difference between the elevator speech and B2B pitch. In B2B pitch, like it needs to be clear,
Hmm.
concise, but cannot directly sales pitch. It has to be it should address the client's needs, and it should address the solution of the client's problem, but n- not as a in a form of selling, right? So
Hmm.
that's as an example, we can start with a like strong value proposition uh,
Hmm.
that explain like indirectly explain what about our service is all about and
Okay.
how services can solve their specific problems, right? So that's what we can do. uh, Use data and case studies to back up our claims. So
Hmm.
that's
Hmm.
what we can do in first pitch, but not at the first statement. Slowly after doing the after laying the foundation, right? And it is crucial to show an outstanding of their business and industry, like
Okay.
like you have to have complete understanding of their business and industry,
Hmm.
and then only you can showcase the outstanding analysis of their business. So the customers should be like should feel that in first meeting that okay, the person who came here to meet me, or who is on call, or who is on chat, or with me on LinkedIn kind of platform, he has
Hmm.
complete idea what exactly I'm into. He has done his homework, and then
Hmm.
he came to meet me or came to talk to me. So
Okay.
and lastly, you can end with a clear call to action. So whether it's like scheduling further meeting or follow up call, or any action, because each and every activity has to have one CTA, call to action. So if
Okay.
you do that, then there is no point of that meeting, because after that we don't know what is the action. Even customer don't know. He understood
Hmm.
everything, whatever you
Hmm.
explained, but now what next? So that's what we have to do. That's all from my side. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that, sir. Can we discuss on some importance of building long-term relationships with clients and how it impacts appointment settings?
Yeah. See, any large deals or any B2B deals, when we are saying that like the ticket size of the deal is not small, right? And it cannot be converted into business in one meeting or
Yeah.
two meeting, right? So long-term relationships are crucial because they build trust and credibility, right?
Hmm.
So when clients know they can rely on you, right? When client know that okay, they can rely on you, they are more likely to meet with meet to you or even refer others to your services. Then
Hmm.
only they will start giving you business. So
Yeah.
like that what we can say, that trust and that reliability and that credibility takes time to build on, right? So normally what we do, we focus on regular communication.
Hmm.
We providing ongoing value to the customer, to the prospects, to the potential
Okay.
customer. We are not asking business from the day one. We are showing genuine interest in their success. Means like sometimes we are giving freebies, we are giving free services, free advice, free consulting, right? And this approach not only helps in setting appointments but also ensures repeat business in long-term partnerships. So
Okay.
so that's what it's all about. So yeah, definitely that point is important. That it's crucial long-term relationship. Yeah.
So it is more to see how we get a value to them delivered in the initial piece and what kind of support that we can give,
Right.
and based on which the engagement becomes stronger and we start looking at a larger picture. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, yeah. That's what.
Yeah.
Perfect.
What are some common mistakes you see in B2B appointment setting and how we can avoid them?
See, appointment setting, like this is it's a new word triggered after everything goes on digital. Because earlier appointments, like it's like we can ask or we can take personal appointments over call, and we can go and meet or we can directly call them. But
Yeah.
after like the digital platforms, we have to have complete strategy to get B2B
Hmm.
appointments, right? And that's where people are making mistakes. The common mistakes we can say that include uh, they're sending generic messages, right?
Hmm.
It has to be a customized, it has to be a personalized rather than generic, right?
Okay.
Then they keep following up number of times which is actually not required. One or two follow-ups are fine. So don't send multiple follow-ups
Hmm.
for b2b appointment setting. Sometimes automated tools are keep sending messages, and the customer or the next party or whoever it is, they feel they don't feel good, right? Because
Yeah.
number of messages coming, right?
Again, it becomes a kind of a spam. Again, if
Yeah,
you
it's
keep,
kind of
yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah.
So
Okay.
don't do that, right? Also, focusing too much on selling rather than solving problems. That is also one bigger mistake. That's what I covered in my previous, like
Yeah. Previous.
talks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So then,
there,
like
there was one I want to add here with your permission. There was one piece where I met a senior leader and he was talking about was that uh, most of them go and talk to the customer only from a order perspective. They
right,
don't talk on a perspective that I am available for you. We will see how to solve that. And based on that kind of a support, if we are able to gain confidence,
right.
customer has a lot of pain points which he can ask us to solve, and that can turn into larger business. But the initial hand holding, that if you are able to clear a critical problem, the other things will fall in place, is what I was told, and I was given that kind of an advice, so which I think is relating to what you are saying today here.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Because that's more like uh, even if, as you said, if you send personalized message and keep sending follow-ups, so that follow-ups also has to be respectful, right? That
Correct.
cannot be a
Yeah.
like kind of orders, or that cannot be a kind of bombarding, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And always highlight your services that can significantly help the client. That, as you rightly mentioned, that like solve the problem. Don't ask for business. You solve the problem, automatically you will get the business, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
True.
that's what. Yeah.
How can or how do we handle rejection? Because rejection is getting is turned off. I was reading somewhere where for each deal to get in or to get this one, we will take about 3 years approximately in the older times. Now with the digital, I think it take lesser, but it takes time. And how do we handle rejection and maintain resilience in the face of setbacks? Because what we see is most of the time you'll hear a no first, then continuously you have to follow up saying that, yeah, I know you are not looking at, but there is something which I wanted to talk to you, kind of. And this frequent follow up, or I'll call you in a 3 weeks time or a 4 week time and we follow up. That is the kind of things that is happening in the current digital space. What is
Right.
your inputs on that, Mr. Chirag?
See, rejection is a part of B2B sales process. We cannot avoid it, right?
Avoid it.
So,
Yeah.
like if you see the industry ratio of converting leads into business is hardly 1% or 2%, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And if you have only 10 leads or 10 prospects in your pipeline, then it is very difficult to convert even one within stipulated time frame like 6 months or 1 year, right? Because
Okay.
it's a big pipeline. It's a big
Hmm.
ticket size basically, right?
Okay.
Rejection you cannot avoid it, but yeah, what we can do, like I handle it as a learning opportunity, that there must be something which didn't work. So where
Hmm.
didn't work, that have to we have to identify, and we have to improve for next time. That either it's our discussion not gone as it should, or pricing is high, or we could not solve their problems, or we could not even understand their problems. Those all
Okay.
things we have to ponder after rejection.
Hmm.
uh,
Hmm.
Basically it's a maintaining positive attitude, like seeking feedback. Even we can seek feedback also, right? Seeking feedback is also one point, that where we are celebrating even failure. We can celebrate, and we can ask them that what was gone wrong, so next time at least give us some opportunity. So that's how we can control it, right?
Again, I'll take one pointer there. What you said, failure also, how do you accept?
Yeah.
I was again referring to somebody who told me is, now, if you have the list of failures that you are having or the rejections, you will be better prepared not to touch those points where those rejections can happen.
Right.
And that way, you have a big database when you see a lot of rejection saying that these are things which will not work for me, and this if I do it will work for me. What
Yes.
is your take on that, Chirag?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what, that's how we have to go for. Like I could say persistence pays off. That's it. Like
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
have to keep pushing forward. There is
Hmm.
no other way. You have to keep pushing forward. You have to forget the past. Whatever happened is happened. Gone is gone. Yeah, definitely you have to handle it. Care for next prospects or next lead. But the gone is gone. You cannot stop it. But you have to learn and you know go on. That's it.
Yeah, I was referring again to another point which I wanted to add here is that we had one customer. I've discussed this in another podcast, but I thought I'll share this with you as well and take your inputs.
Yeah.
See, those were days when the VSAT stuff was there. Okay, and every ATM had a VSAT, and if that VSAT is not working, then the ATM was down, right? Kind of.
Okay.
Then the ILL link started, and where we had to replace this VSAT thing to a ILL links. So I asked one of my bosses saying that now we have given this VSAT and he is not happy as a customer because that is going down. That's a technology thing
Yeah.
that it is not going, it is not working.
Right.
But now if I go and say I'll give you a lease line or a connection which does not go down for you because it is connected to the local uh, station or the exchange, will he be taking? So what my boss told me was that he has a problem. You are giving a solution that you'll have connectivity properly here. Because of VSAT, weather and other stuff, you are not getting connectivity. Now show him how the value happens,
Right.
right? And you give that connection, he'll buy from you. So what we did is we listed out all the error failures that we discussed in the previous pointer and said these are the things that you will fail because of this, and these are the pointers that will be good for you if you take a lease line or a
Okay.
broadband connection kind of a thing. DSL link at that time, broadband was DSL at that time. So we went and proposed, and customer said, do a POC for me about for few ATMs, and we did. For that, we brought back all the VSAT equipment, and that's a new business for us now.
Yeah. So you,
So
so
your point, what I said, that is how I think we accepted failure, but we also put a solution saying that this can help. That
right.
makes sense, right? Chirag?
Yeah, yeah. So definitely, like so you taken it positively and then you start doing upselling or cross selling. So that's a
Yeah, yeah,
like sometimes like sometimes the failure is not failure. It's opportunity to upsell or cross sell.
upsell. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what. So you can take it like that. Yeah.
yeah. Can you share a story of a particular challenge a client and how you successfully secured an appointment with them?
Okay, it's a nice question. See, there are many instances during last 5 years because it's a journey of day to day hunting of new customers, right? So
Right.
many like different exposures and different experience. I always say to my colleagues and my connections that a year in a consulting, right,
Hmm,
is
hmm.
like 3 years in corporate because when you because in 3 years in corporate means like you cannot even meet that much customers in 3 years in a corporate where when you are meeting in a consulting engagement because consulting like daily hunting a new customer daily
Correct.
customer, right? Like let me remember one story like that was a there was a client of healthcare industry, like so who was notoriously difficult to reach with. Like we have tried all the way, but we could not reach them. After several failed attempts, I decided that like we have to change the strategy because like we have tried to call him, he's not picking up the phone. We have to we have sent multiple emails, no responses, and the client was good. We analyzed complete details about that company, and I found that if we click that customer, it's a good good outcome for us and even good portfolio in our client list. But somehow we will fail to reach him after sending WhatsApp messages, emails, calls, no response at all. So
Okay.
I have decided to send a personalized video message. There are certain tools available in the market where you can record perfect video, and
Okay.
even it can go as a message in video, right? So in the video, I highlighted a specific challenge of that customer, what they're facing actually after analysis of their activities and their websites and their business. I found that they're facing this kind of challenges. So I have highlighted those challenges and addressed those challenges in that video by giving
Hmm.
1, 2, 3 steps, right, as a kind of free consultation in that video, and then showcase that the same kind of solution we have given to another healthcare company. So we have
Okay.
attached case study also. So after looking at that video, after getting that videos, after 5 days, 6 days, I start getting 1 or 2 messages. Okay, only the acknowledgement of video, and then again we start sending messages. And after all, we got an appointment. Okay, let's have a call and to discuss what you can propose. So that's how our tailored approach caught their attention, right?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
agreed to an appointment, which eventually led to successful partnership and a customer acquisition. So the point here is we have to identify the way out to reach the customers, not only sending follow-ups, or not only sending messages, what you thought, or do you know, do you like the proposal, or
Hmm.
are you ready to take the are you ready to do the business? Don't do that. You just showcase and you give some free consulting, free activities, and that's what we need, and that we succeed. So that's a classic case of the challenging client, how the acquisition happens.
Okay. Thank you for that. In conclusion, what advice would you give
Mhm.
to aspiring B2B sales professionals looking to excel in securing client appointments. Chirag.
Okay, means you're saying the advice to B2B sales professionals.
Yes, yes, B2B sales professional.
See, as I told, stay curious, and keep
Hmm.
learning, because sales is, restless process,
Yeah,
thankless
thankless
job,
job.
right? Thankless job. So you do stay curious, keep learning, understand your client's business deeply, and then only then only contact them. Then build genuine relationship and always follow through on your promises. Never give wrong promises, wrong commitments, because that's what you are getting built. Uh, Also, at the same time, don't be afraid of rejection. Use it as learning tool, because
Hmm.
rejection is always there. And
Okay.
out of, I can say that out of 10, 9 will be rejected, only one will be accepted. But that one will be a moment of celebration, and that's what we have to do, right? And so be persistent and resilient. Uh, like, develop skills that set you apart, uh,
Hmm.
help you, succeed securing client appointments consistently, because that's the theme of this talk, that how you can secure client appointments consistently. So this is the only way you can secure client appointments. You cannot utilize the traditional method. You have to change your way, right? And yeah, you can, I written one book on this, from leads to lover. That's a title of the book, and that is
Hmm.
available on Amazon. So if anyone
Okay.
wants, it's a free for Kindle users. And
Okay.
others also, it is very, like, in Indian rupees it's only 99 or lesser than that. But it's a
Okay.
good book for readers who can understand, like, how to convert leads into lovers. So,
Hmm.
like, the prospects who are not even your customer, from that level, now they are lover of yours. So that the journey entire, I written over that. So
So
it's a
you drafted the journey of how you can convert leads to lovers, right? Okay, I'll have a look at it, and I'll post that link also on the this one. With
great.
this, I think we are good, sir. I would like to summarize here on what we discussed is about how to start a journey. How did you start a journey is what we did, and what is the breakthrough moment you had for securing clients, and then we spoke about how you can build B2B pitch compelling with great potential clients. How to build long-term relationship is what we discussed, and one side, and then we said how to look at the common mistakes that we make while we do
Right.
B2B business appointments, and how to handle rejection also we spoke, and in particular a story about particular challenge that you faced over getting a client which you to get a appointment is what we discussed about. And finally, and a small advice to salespeople to look at consistently following things and managing things is what we have spoken in our session today. And we have come to the end of our session for today. Thank you for being here, sir. Any last minute pointers that you want to add in so we can wrap up the show?
Yeah, thanks, Prem Kumar. It was really a fantastic discussion we had. It's a quick, podcast, because nowadays the attention of the viewers are less, right? So
Yeah.
we have to quick summarize. But yeah, definitely, you can give my contact details, and I am there to discuss. Anyone can set appointments with me. It's a free appointment setting. Link is already available on my LinkedIn, so
Yeah.
we can we can take offline.
Yes, sir. Sir, with this, thank you for joining us on LinkedIn Live, sir. Please, to the viewers, please do follow us on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We hope this discussion was valuable for you. And our next episode is on the 2nd of July, our 112th episode on 2nd July at 6:30 p.m. with a new topic. Looking forward to see you again. Goodbye and have a great day. Thank you,
Thank you.
sir.
Bye. Yeah.